The aliens called it the crucible, a test. Only the strongest could survive. They said it would separate the intelligent from the weak. They said the human species would fail. The arena was a desert world. Red dust stretched for miles. Jagged rocks cut the horizon. Storms raged without warning. The air was thin and sharp. Every creature that entered felt it immediately. Fear. The aliens fed on fear. They watched from high towers, recording every moment, expecting a human to crumble like the others. Most did. Every species sent representatives, beings with scales, with fur, with multiple limbs. They thought themselves clever, strong, fast. One by one, they failed. Some fell to traps. Some fell to the environment. Some fell to each other. Death came in every form, but none survived. And then the human arrived. Her name was Kayla. She was not a soldier by training. She was a scientist. Small, wiry, not muscular. She carried no weapon. No advanced armor. The aliens laughed at her. Their whispers traveled through the air like static. She will die first. But Kayla was not alone. Behind her padded a small creature, no larger than a fox. Its fur was black, streaked with silver. Its eyes glowed faintly in the dying sunlight. The aliens had never seen anything like it. They had tested humans against predators, against heat, against radiation, but never with an unexpected companion. Kayla crouched beside the cub. She whispered. The cub answered with a chirp that was more human than animal. Kayla smiled. She had found the creature days before, abandoned in the wastes. It was starving, trembling. She had fed it, nursed it, taught it to understand simple commands. Others would have thought it a liability. She knew it was her advantage. The arena shifted suddenly. Walls rose from the ground, massive, metallic. The sky turned a sickly green. A heat wave rolled in, followed by a swarm of predators. Creatures with teeth like razors and claws like scythes. They roared. The other species panicked, tried to fight. They fell. Kayla held the cub close. Stay close, she whispered. The cub leaped to her shoulder. Its small claws gripped lightly. They moved as one. The first predator lunged. It was larger than Kayla, faster than any human should be. Its jaws snapped shut on empty air as Kayla rolled, grabbed a rock, and smashed its head. The cub squealed. The predator staggered, then lunged again. Kayla dodged. She did not run. Humans did not run when cornered. Another predator appeared. Then another. The aliens gasped. No human had lasted this long. The cub darted forward, biting the first predator's leg. It yelped and fell. Kayla kicked the second predator in the chest. It toppled backward. Their movements were strange, chaotic, unpredictable. Not efficient, not scientific, but effective. The arena changed again. Walls shifted. A chasm opened in the ground. Lava bubbled at the bottom. Smoke rose. The humans of other species had panicked here. They had fallen. Kayla approached the edge. She looked at the chasm. The cub crouched beside her. Kayla scanned the environment. There was a narrow ledge along the cliff wall, not wide enough for the predators, not wide enough for many to balance. Only a human with agility could use it. Only a small cub could climb with her. She nodded. They moved. The predators hesitated at the edge. Their bulk made them slow. Kayla leaped, landing perfectly. The cub followed, scrambling beside her. The aliens murmured. No one expected this. Kella's mind raced. Every obstacle the aliens threw at her, she calculated. They had traps. They had fire. They had acid. But she had something they did not. Adaptability, ingenuity, and trust. Another test appeared. Massive spikes emerged from the ground, swinging in random arcs. They were meant to crush, to impale. Kayla timed her movements. Step, duck, roll. The cub darted between her legs, climbing over spikes that barely missed her. She reached the end, heart racing, but safe. Then the final test appeared. The aliens had saved it for last. It was massive, a machine. Taller than 10 humans, stacked. Arms ending in spinning blades. Sensors that glowed red. It moved with terrifying precision. Other species froze. Most would have fled. Kayla did not. She stepped forward. The cub growled. They were a team. The machine attacked. Its blades spun like whirling death. Kayla rolled, ducked, and twisted. She used the environment. A hanging chain, a loose boulder, a slope. She led the machine into its own traps, into its own mistakes. The cub darted, leaping onto its legs, biting sensors, clawing metal. Sparks flew. Smoke rose. The machine staggered. The aliens could not believe their eyes. Every human had failed. Every species had failed. And yet here, a single human and a cub were still alive, still standing, still outsmarting death itself. Kayla smiled. She whispered to the cub, "Now." The cub leaped onto the machine's head, pulling wires, biting circuits. Kayla climbed onto its back, using her weight to unbalance it. With a final push, the machine toppled into a pit of molten lava. The heat hissed as metal melted. Smoke and fire filled the arena. Silence. The aliens stared. No human had ever survived the crucible. No one else had even come close. Yet Kayla stood, scorched, tired, bruised, but alive. The cub curled against her side. They looked like a single unit. Perfect, unbroken, one alien, the tallest of the council, stepped forward. Its voice was harsh. "How?" Kayla tilted her head. "We survive because we adapt. We survive because we trust each other. You can make all the traps you want. You can make all the tests you want. But you cannot predict creativity. You cannot predict courage. You cannot predict loyalty." The council fell silent. Their words were meaningless. Their data meaningless. Their experiments meaningless. Humans had a quality they could not quantify. Something raw, something unbreakable. The aliens studied her. They saw the cub. They saw the bond. They realized what they had missed. Intelligence alone did not guarantee survival. Strategy alone did not guarantee survival. Compassion, connection, instinct, and bravery. The humans had it all. The arena shifted one last time. A gate opened. Outside, the world was quiet. Red dust, yes, but calm. Kayla walked through it, the cub at her heels. The aliens followed silently, recording everything. But nothing could erase what they had seen. Kayla did not look back. She had survived the test, not by power, not by brute strength, not by calculation, but by being human. The aliens would tell stories of this day for centuries. They would call it impossible. They would call it unbelievable. They would debate the humans, the cub, the crucible. But they could not deny it. Kayla stepped onto the world beyond the arena. She bent down. The cub nuzzled her cheek. She smiled. "We did it," she said softly. "No one else survived. Only the human and the cub. Only the bond between two unlikely survivors had conquered the crucible." The aliens watched, astonished, silent. For the first time, they were afraid. Not of death, not of failure, but of humans. Because humans, they realized, were unpredictable. Humans could survive the impossible. Humans could survive everything. Kayla and the cub walked forward. Behind them, the crucible waited. Behind them, the aliens waited. But nothing would stop them. Not walls, not traps, not death itself. Humans would endure. Humans would prevail. The crucible had failed. The humans had won, and no one would ever forget it. Asterisk,